The final two episodes of Erased, I got around to watching it, and I don't know. I don't know what my feelings are about the series. I mean, overall, I definitely did enjoy it, but a lot of people said that the ending episode was anticlimactic. Fuck, I can't speak sometimes. Fucking damn. But like, I don't know. I was like in between. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. I'm just like, I'm not sure if it was if it was a good way to end it or not. For the backstory of the sensei, I mean, yeah, we could already tell he's like batshit crazy because of the fucking drowning the hamsters in the spider web analogy they did. And one thing I am a little bit icky about is when we don't know, like, it's like they're trying to show us that, you know, the sensei's fucked up. We already know he's fucking crazy. His objective was to, like he wanted something to fill his like the hole in his heart, right? He wanted something to fill his hole, and that was, you know, it was Satoru. He filled his hole. So when the 15 years like that passed, when he was in a coma, he left him alive, so that because if he kills him, then he's destroying his, you know, filling his hole in his heart. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you trying to like is he your rival? Like, do you need him for you to kill people or to try to even attempt to kill people? So like, if Satoru wasn't there from the beginning, or if Satoru did not like interfere with like killings and kidnappings and raping or whatnot, then, you know, if he wasn't there to interfere, then his hole would have never been filled, right? That's what I think that's the case. And also, I did like the setup at the end when like the sun was shining fucking right behind Satoru, and he looked like a god. Like like that scene, that one beautiful scene, that's part was like he looked like he was Jesus. that was a great scene. I loved it. I loved how they actually set it up. How he jumped off. Obviously he wasn't gonna die. It was just luring the teacher to see what his true intentions was to save him, to kill him or whatnot. And that part, it was just confusing because he seemed like he was a good guy. At the same time, he's batshit crazy. So that is one thing that's conflicting for me. I don't know about you guys. I heard that in the manga that the backstory of the teacher is explained more, but I don't know. You know, I don't know because I didn't read the manga. I only watched the anime. And also, another thing that kind of annoys me is that Hinazuki did not get with Satoru. I mean, obviously he wasn't really attached to Hinazuki when he was little, because the only reason Satoru went with Hinazuki was because he was trying to save her, right? So he didn't really have an intimate relationship with Hinazuki in the past. It was only because he had to travel, you know, back in time with his revival shits. And yeah, you know, branching from that, the revival power, like, what the fuck, man? Like, I wanted to actually know how the revival power was explained. Like, Steins Gate, it perfectly like showed us and explained to us how it worked. And I wish that this series actually did that. It would have been more interesting to think about, and how, you know, situations might have changed if he used his powers differently. But the thing is, Satoru doesn't know his own powers, as well as us not knowing the powers. You know, the audience not knowing the powers as well, kind of got me, you know. I'm like, come on, like, I want to know, but they're not explaining any of that. For some reason, in the last episode, for me, it was just for me, but like when the butterfly effect showed up with the camera angle, what Satoru did, and then finally it went to Airi, and I fucking got teary, man. I don't know why I got teary. I don't know if anyone else got teary, but I'm like, fuck, finally. I thought, like, cause like in the last two episodes, or like even the previous episodes, we never got to fucking see Airi, because she was like in the future. Well, technically it was present, but he went in the past, so now it's the future. Whatever, like, fucking, it's all confusing and shit. But like, I loved it how it ended up with Satoru finally meeting Airi, and he was getting emotional because Airi doesn't know Satoru, and only Satoru has the memories because he obviously traveled the time. And my final thing that kind of has me question in the back of my head is, you know, Satoru was asleep for 15 years. He was in a coma for 15 years, right? So he was like 11, I think he was 11 when he got, you know, almost killed by the sensei. And then 15 years passed, he's like 25, 26. So is he now only able to stay right now in the present time where he's like 25? Because, you know, he was a 31 or 32-year-old, you know, failed guy in the future, but now he's in between time zones. So he's not in the past or in the present, he's like in between. So, and now he can't ever use the revival power because he said that he won't be able to use it, or it never happened. So it's like, now are you just stuck here at 25, but you already know what happened in the future and the past, but you're stuck in the middle? Like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm just curious on how that's gonna play out, but obviously we don't know. It's an open-ended ending. You know, that's what it is. But like, that's it for my thoughts on what I think, what the problems are. But I did like the series overall. I would give it like a fucking at least a 7 or 8 out of 10. Not a 9 because it was overhyped. It was definitely overhyped. A lot of people were like, it's gonna be fucking amazing because the manga was good. But like, yeah, I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. For the enjoyment value, I'm giving it a higher score. But yeah, tell me guys, like, what you guys thought about the ending and how they executed it, and if you wanted to see more about like how things happen in between instead of having a time skip. The time skip just reminded me a little bit about Sword Art Online, where they had a shitload of time skips, which I really did not like because I liked seeing development. You know, I like seeing what happens in between and what, you know. But I do like the fact that they incorporated the erased factor of him being in a coma for 15 years, and in that period of time he was erased, technically erased from people's, not memories, but from their, you know, daily lives and how they would, you know, have friends and hang out and stuff like that. So he was technically erased in that period of time, which I did like them incorporating to the series. Yeah, and overall I did like the series, and I'm out, guys.